Good morning, this is Paul. It's a bit windy today, it's gusting a bit, so if you get a bit of wind noise I do apologise in advance. But today I've got a really nice 2016 Ferrari 488 GTB I'd like to show you around. So as I said, this is a 2016 model, it's done just over 6,000 miles. It's in a special historic colour which is Grigio Ferro, which is a really nice metallic silver grey. So the 488 was the successor to the 458, and one of the main differences between the two is the fact that the 458 had a naturally aspirated V8, whereas this one is a turbocharged version. It's a bit smaller in terms of the fact that it's a 3.9 litre, but it's very potent. It's got a lot of power. So although you don't get the high revving shrill that you get from the naturally aspirated engines, what you do get is just a whole glutton of power. The power that comes in nice and early. It's incredibly torquey. It's a very, very quick car, this. So and with the traction controls and what have you, it can make a fairly average driver look very good, or a very accomplished driver look amazing. It's a very pretty looking car too. And as with all the newer Ferraris, I think the newer Ferraris from the California and the 458 onwards, they feel less fragile. They feel a lot more solid, better built, and they're certainly really, really good to drive. So moving in, you can see here you've got the Ferrari Scuderia shields in yellow, which matches the centre caps and these lovely big calipers which are surrounded those big carbon ceramic brakes. You've also got, just looking down here, I don't know if you can see that, if it's just, see if I can home in there, the lower sill section is also in gloss carbon fibre, and the air intakes on the side are, and if I run my finger through there, that's also nicely protected by a PPF film. And you can see just here as well, if you look carefully, this whole section here, which flares out, is also covered in PPF as well, to stop any stone chips from coming out the front wheels. So it's nice. It's a nicely protected car. You've got the big air dam at the bottom, and of course it's not there for show. It looks amazing, but it's there to help the aerodynamics of the car and help the car stick to the road. Of course, I'm talking about this section down here. And that colour, now the sun's come out, you can really see just how pretty it is. Metallic colours look amazing in the sun, and this is no exception. I do like the wheels, the colour of the wheels. There we go. Come on, camera, wake up. Complements the colour of the car really well. It's a real kind of a steely look. You can see through here. If I just run my finger down there as well, you can just see clear PPF around the front of the car. Again, protecting that lovely paintwork. You can just see, if I just try to get to focus, just see the edges, if you look carefully, to show how nicely protected that is. So it's nice to have. Come on camera, wake up. There we go, back in the room. It's because the light is flashing off of the metallic paint, it tends to have a bit of a confusing effect on the lens of the camera. But a really nice looking car, sounds amazing, goes like the clappers. It's got all that lovely Ferrari heritage. So moving to the inside, you've got this lovely Nero leather, which is black, and a rather nice Rosso red contrast double stitching all the way around. And you can see they're all in lovely condition. The Ferrari kick plates, and then you've got the electric memory seats. So I just try and zoom in on that a bit better. There we go. So you can see you've got memory functions here. This will raise the back of the seat up and down, the front of the seat up and down, backwards and forwards, the back of the seat, and various different lumbar supports and heating there as well. So there's a lot of adjustment in this seat, and you can see there that you've got a lot of lateral support as well. These are very, very comfortable seats, and the centre being Alcantara with the contrast stitching makes it really, really nice and warm in the winter and not too hot in the summer. The Cavallino stitched headrests, again in the Rosso. Just finished the interior off really, really nicely. If I jump in, now you can see the interior dash panels are in gloss carbon. You've got the carbon fibre multifunction steering wheel with the flat bottom and the Alcantara sections, and then of course you've got the gear change lights here, so if you're driving the car really quickly and you're in the right mode, this will light up and tell you at what point you need to change gear if you're under full throttle. More of this lovely carbon, more of this really nice stitching as well. It just finishes it off really nicely. And then there you can see we have a suspension lifter, so if you have a driveway which is a steep incline from the road, or you're somewhere where you've got big speed humps, you can get over them without any issues. There's your climate control, as you can see there. And this is called the central bridge. So you have a gloss carbon central bridge. So you've got reverse, you can flick from auto to manual, because of course it's a paddle change, and you've got these carbon fibre panels. You can see down and up, which tells you can change down on this pedal, up on this pedal, and you can flick from manual to auto if you want to. It has launch control, and unlike the 430s that had the dry clutch, this is a wet clutch system, so it is a launch control that you can use without burning the clutch out. You've also got your suspension settings here, main beam, indicators on both sides, wash wipe, and then you've got your Manatino switch, which you can switch from wet, which limits the amount of torque that it delivers to the rear wheels, sport, which is what you'll drive in most of the day, race, and then traction control and automatic stability control off for the brave and the very well versed in driving fast cars. Lovely, lovely little car. Again, that glass carbon just sets the interior off beautifully. Automatic dimming interior mirrors, you can see there. So, to start, the key is down here. Foot on the brake, press the start button, and you can hear everything leaps into action. We just adjusted the tyre pressure, so the TPS monitor needs to reactivate. But you can see the car has 6178 miles shown down here. You've got the nice central rev counter, and this tells you what gear you're in, and then auto, and then pull them both together to put into neutral, and then engine start stop. Let's turn everything off again. Really cool car. So, to access the engine bay, there's a lift pull here. So you've got the glass engine bay cover, so you can see the engine, which is nice. Now if you can see in relation to the rear wheels, so the rear wheels are here, and then the engine sits forward, which makes this a mid-engine car. So not only does it sit forward of the rear axle, which gives you a really good centre of balance and really good handling, it also, as you can see there, it's set down as far as I can get it into the chassis, which brings the centre of balance of the car. So the engine, instead of being here, the engine is really sat quite low in the chassis, and that gives you a very predictable car, really well balanced with an awful lot of grip. So all that power is properly usable. You can really put it to the ground very well. Now that pops the front, because what this car has is something you very rarely see in with a Ferrari, and that is a spare wheel. If I can just open that. Yep. So most Ferraris will have a compressor and a canister of tyre glue. This is where the cover is. The cover comes out. So you've still got all your tools and what have you in there. But you've got a collapsible spare wheel, which is blown up by the compressor that's tucked in that bag there. And if you don't want to take the spare wheel with you, then you can just take a canister and have the car, as with every other Ferrari, which gives you all the boot space back. Please excuse the noise, someone's cutting the grass. So I hope you like the car. I hope you like the video, find the video useful. If you'd like to know more about it, please visit our website, www.clinkcarcars.co.uk. Pop us an email or text or a WhatsApp, or pick up the phone and give us a call. We'd be happy to talk to you about it. Thanks for watching.